Hi everyone, Angus Campbell here, Wednesday the 10th of November 2021. So today is the sort of delivery day for the forthcoming NEC Classic Motor Show at the National Exhibition Centre, Birmingham. So the Lightning and the Fury are ready to go, so let's get them loaded up into there. Bingo, job done. It didn't take too long at all. Getting used to this now. And only 2 bikes this time rather than 4. So just need to get the display boards and banner etc. in the front. We'll mosey off to the NEC, which is about a 45-minute drive from here, 50 minutes or so, depending upon the traffic. Leaving here at about 1:15-ish to get there for 2 o'clock when the gates open to begin unloading. So I'll do a quick vid when we get there. Right, it's mid-afternoon on the Wednesday, and here we are in Hall 5 at the NEC, and stand building is only really just beginning because it goes on for the rest of today and all tomorrow. But the BSA owners and Phil, who organises the stand, the National Secretary, we all decided to try and get ahead of the game, so the bikes are collecting. We've got the BSA tent at the back. This is going to be our square in Hall 5, and we've got some interesting bikes to look at in more detail. So the first one that's here that I didn't know of, Frank Melling, the Last Works Scrambler, and that engine number on this begins EXP B50. So we'll have to do a bit more on that, and we've got B25 over there as well, so plenty in the power set so far. And then if you just walk over here a bit, this corner's all for private entries. But what's the first thing I spotted as I walked by? And a power set Firebird Scrambler. And there you go. So, differences between the Firebird Scrambler and the Lightning. Obviously high level pipes. The small headlights, not the flat back one, it's the small MHC66, is it? MCH66 headlight. It ultimately went on the Adventure Trophy Trial, I think as well, TR5T. But anyway, I might just try and see if I can see the engine number. A bit difficult on these, but yeah, a tidy Firebird Scrambler. Right, yep, so that gives you a flavour for the day. I say we just do a bit more setting up, and then we'll have a nice easy day tomorrow. And just as I was walking to another hall to get a cup of coffee, I came across this, which is Tuck the Indycar from Hubnut's channel on YouTube. So I'm not sure if Ian, the owner, is going to be here at all this weekend, but there it is. I followed his channel when he bought this car and got it on the road, if you can call it a car. But anyway, lots of adventures in that on Hubnut's channel, which fascinates me anyway. Simple mind, you know. So it's dark outside now, so getting towards the end of the first setup afternoon. Still not that much activity, most of it's going to kick off tomorrow. But this is Hall 5. There's only an hour to go before we get kicked out actually. You can just see the BSA green and white tent behind the bus there, and that's where we'll be in Hall 5. And I'm looking down from the steps from from Hall 4 up there, where Tuck the Indycar is. Right, back tomorrow. Oh, just another quick clip on the way out on the Wednesday. This is I presume is the private entry enclosure. There's a few interesting bikes in there. One of which is a Honda, and we'll come on to that, but there's a few power sets in there too. So we'll have a scan around that tomorrow, the Thursday, when I come over. Right, that's it. See you tomorrow. Right everyone, it's now Thursday the 11th, Hall 5 this afternoon. I came about lunchtime. Try and stop the camera from shaking, that's my hands. And queues to get in, masses of activity in the setup, but all looking good. And there's the BSA Owners Club stand. Everything set up, and they've been kind enough to put my pride of place. So at the left hand side of the entrance, we've got the Fury SS with the banner. There's the entrance into the stand, and on the right hand side, the Lightning with the older power banner. So that's very kind of him. But anyway, stand looks good, nice and big, encouraging people to come in and look at the bikes, not to be afraid to walk around them, so that's great. I say a hive of activity, and this will carry on until 8 o'clock tonight, I believe. And this is Hall 5, which is a big hall, and there's another 4 halls, so it's a big show. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit when I have a look at a couple of interesting bikes that are not in the private displays as I originally thought yesterday, but it's in the auction. There you go, there's a bit of a wider view of the whole setup with the tent at the back and the display in the front. Looks good. There's another view from back left hand side, and what I'll do later today is I'll just go around all the bikes that are on the BSA Owners Club stand. Okay. Sorry about the break in the footage there. The application crashed. Great technology. Right. Yeah, we saw this yesterday. I don't know whether we can see the engine number on that. Probably could. Just give me a sec. Let me see if I could see an engine number. We'll see what month of manufacture this was in 71. I noticed it's got an old style tax disc on there which says August, so let's have a quick look. Right, as I said a little while ago, yesterday I thought this was the private exhibitors enclosure, but it's not. It's Silverstone Auctions, so the numbers on the bikes are all lot numbers. Anyway, there's 1 or 2 interesting bikes here. There's what I presume to be a Lightning, probably 72. Let's have a look at the engine number. Yeah, NG, that's late 72. However, there's an interesting Honda here. It's okay, no, I'm videoing, but I don't mind. You're interested in it as well, are you?
No, I'm looking for the key on it if it does have one.
Actually, it's not the one I'm thinking of, it's the one next door. I want the CL. So 2 interesting Hondas here. This is the one. That's which my Fury SS was intended to be direct competition with, the Honda CL350. We're going to have a chat with the auctioneer and see what year this is. There's no number plate on it. But that's lot 179. Very tempting. I've been looking around at these recently on eBay with a view to, if they're cheap enough, Just trying to get hold of one to do a comparison with the Fury SS. I think that would be interesting. But here is one, and this looks very original. Look, the paint's even faded on the tank and the headlight, just like BSA's used to do. I think that's pretty original, that. If so, it's a cracking bike. Ooh, very tempting. Right, what else have we got? So, here's a Firebird Scrambler that we saw. Yeah, it's really difficult to see the engine number on this. It looks all the world like NE, which can't be right. I'd have expected to be NG if it was late on, unless it was just at the cutover into what would have been the 72 model year. In that case, this would have been one of the last. Anyway, nice looking bike, although I still prefer, you know, the dove grey frames on them. I just think the dove grey frames just give the bike a lot more sort of light and airy look. Totally different look altogether. Anyway, nice bike in any event. I know it's not power set, but I used to have one of these and it was a good bike. But I sold it to focus upon my collection of 71 grey frames. This one's nice. A few little things need tidying up on it, but it is genuine. It's a V75V Hurricane. A few little odd things on it though. It should have more of a seam and black tape down the centre. I think it's all right. It's been polished out. I can't tell if that's paint or the gel coat. And a few additional things chromed on this, so you can see the oil tank's been chromed, the front brake plate has been chromed, which isn't original. Oh, and also rear engine plate as well, so it's probably the same on the other side. But a lot of people did this, and I did too, but then I reverted back. So yeah, I say cables and that need tidying up. I can't stand that on bikes really, where cables are all over the shop like that. What a mess. It just doesn't take much to sort it out, and like that chokes on the wrong way around. Silly little things like that. So it's a nice bike, just, you know, a few minutes work really, tidy that up no end. In the auction, oh god, these are fetching over 20, in some cases well over. I sold mine quite a few years ago now, 10 years or more. I bought it in 1989 for £3,500, and I sold it round about 2010, I think, for 16.5. And I thought it had hit the top of the market then, and they've just kept on going up. Anyway, we digress. But round the corner here, somewhere, there it is an Export Mark II Rocket 3. Nice condition. I think this has been restored. Because again, like mine, the crikey, I don't know. I was going to say, like mine, the paint line is slightly wrong. In that I think originally the red paint came more through the petrol cap, whereas mine's behind it. But I'm not going to change it just for that. I'm just trying to work out if that is paint, that gold pinstripe. I'm not sure. Anyway, looks nice. It's got Hagen shocks on the back. Yeah, it's been restored. See, mine came with a dove grey rear light. That's not right. And neither is that brake arm. In fact, that's the wrong brake arm altogether. I mean, I'm not being anarchy. It's just pointing things out that are different. again, you know, a bit of tidying up. And that's a nice bike. See, mine was built in, mine's a V and was built in January. Where are we? There we go, this is GE, so it's later on. Does that say GE? See, if that's GE, that probably shouldn't have a grey frame, I don't think. Anyway, I'm nitpicking, which I shouldn't do really. Again, I still think they look a lot better with the dove grey than they do with the black. If you compare this to a 72, you know, burgundy tank side panels with black frame, exactly the same bike, just looks totally different. Morning all, 8 o'clock, Friday the 12th. So just walking in through Hall 5 now to the BSA owners. Exhibitors get access an hour earlier. I think the main show opens at 9 for visitors that have to buy tickets. So you can just see the hall's full now of clubs exhibiting, private exhibitors. And this corner over here is where the motorcycles are, so you can see that's about the extent of it in Hall 5. So not a very big contingent of motorcycles at all, but nevertheless we expect to get a lot of interest. We got some interest yesterday when we were setting up actually. So I'll give you some more footage of various bits and interesting pieces during the day. And here we are at the stand. There's one, and there's the other one. Pride of place. Right, see you later. Right, quick tour of the bikes on the BSA Owners Club stand before the halls open up to the punters. Which won't be too long. So we're on the right hand side of the stand now. Nice C11G. This is a C10 1939 Deluxe. Didn't recognise that at all before I asked the owner. C15. And then a 37, as you can see, B20. Haven't seen one of those before. 4-speed hand change. Then we've got Shooting Star. It's probably a B40 then, is it? I'll need to check that. Yeah, well with that front brake, probably 69 or 70. I thought it was a B25 Starfighter, but it's not. Let's have a quick look down here. Yeah, B44. B44, okay. Now I know. Here's one kindly loaned by the National Motorcycle Museum, who obviously are just over the road from the NEC. 66 Hornet. Always like these, the styling of these. I mean, I must admit, similar, if you like, to the raw styling of the Triumph T120 TT. But those are low-level pipes. Then we've got a bike there that I've never seen before. Thank you. Going around the stand. There's the other one at the front. View of the stand. Next to that, early Bantam, but I think it's D7, so I think it's a 150. Engine number says D7 anyway. DBD 34 Gold Star, that's owned by Neil Payne, who I know through the Trident Rocket 3 Owners Club, and I'm sure many of you do as well, but I didn't realise Neil was a member of the BSA owners as well. And there's his bike that he's only relatively recently purchased. Right, Mark 1 Rocket 3, but with a temporary tank on it, as you can see, an oil-in frame twins tank, because its own tank is away being restored at the minute. So it looks a little odd and a little bit confusing. B25 SS, good to see another oil-in frame, so that must be 71. And then another bike kindly loaned by the National Motorcycle Museum. Allegedly the last BSA Works motocrosser from 1972 that Frank Melling rode. So this isn't one of Jeff Smith's, it's a little bit later. We need to do a bit more investigation on that one. And then finally a genuine C15 Trials, obviously used. The thing I note about this really is that it has one of the genuine original trial tanks, i.e. steel, with a pair drop badges, but wasted away at the back. It's not rounded like the Roadster. Those tanks are pretty rare. There you go. Those are the bikes on the stand. See you later. Right, it's coming up to midday on the Friday, and this is a quick sweep of one of the halls. And you can see how busy it is, but it's massive. And there are 5 of these. You just can't capture it all. It's huge. 2 more days of this to go yet, 2.5. Right, it's now Saturday the 13th of November, and taking a trip out to Hall 1, which from this sort of angle looks anything like any of the other boxes, but this one's got carpet everywhere, so you think, well, is there a bit more money here? And actually the more salubrious marks are probably up here. You can see in the distance Porsche, we've got Bugatti here, we've got the Morgans, Allard, but then over here we've got, you can't quite see them in the distance, Astons, Rolls-Royce, Railton. But the reason I'm here is because there is a particular mark that I like, and it's over there, and it's Jensen. Let's go and have a look at that. And there's a car that I love. Everybody knows the Jensen Interceptor, but very few know that similar bodied car is the FF, the Ferguson Formula, which this yellow one is. There's an Interceptor silver one there. And externally, the way to tell the difference between the two when people aren't in the way is that the Interceptor on the side of the bonnet there has got a single grille, whereas on the Ferguson Formula, there we go, 2 grills. So that's the Ferguson Formula variant, and that is the one that has 4-wheel drive. Sorry about that. Ferguson 4-wheel drive, and also ABS brakes. First, I think, production model with ABS brakes. What does it say? 100 and... let's have a think. Now Jensen's, over the life of the development of the Interceptor and the FF, they were in series 1, 2, 3 mainly, but there's relatively few FFs, and as such they command more money. But both the FF and the Interceptor, what a fantastic looking car. Of course, one of the distinctive features being their rear end hatch. A Gentleman's Express. Any other classic I'm very fond of is a Triumph Stag, and just as I start filming, somebody stands in front. I've had a couple in my life. A red one when I was a youth, and relatively recently a white one like this, but with chrome wire wheels on it. But the great car, let down a bit by a fragile motor if you're not careful, which if overheats the heads warp. But it is a true standard V8 3 litre. Normally in the past people have replaced them with Rover 6s and stuff like that, but they don't handle the same. I'm a bit disappointed with the Stag Owners Club really. They've only got 2 cars on the stand and then a load of bloody rubbish in the middle. But anyway, there you go, they're the 2 cars that I always seem to get focused on. Triumph Stag and a Jensen Interceptor, or preferably an FF, but that's going to cost an awful lot more money. So there, this is hall 5, the same hall that we're in, and as you can see, we don't get carpet. Must be cheaper. Hi everyone, here we are then, last day at the show, and pretty busy on the stand, and signed up a few new members this morning, so that's good. And pretty busy elsewhere in hall 5. It's about midday now, and had a really good show. So I think that's about it for now, except I will film a bit of the breakdown later on, because apparently it's absolutely bloody mayhem. There's a fitting end. Okay, I've just had a request following the last shot of some more, a bit more of a detailed clip on the Hornet, so here it is. So I'll start fairly close up because there's this bloody fury in the way behind me. Right, this Hornet has been kindly loaned by the National Motorcycle Museum across the road from the NEC, in the same way as the Works B50 motocrosser on the other side of the stand. So we'll go around to the info board at the moment. It's obviously been restored, I think, because the colour's not quite the bright orange, I don't think. But anyway, it's a nice bike, a real blooming desert sled, where you need bloody strong arms, I would have thought. I just can't imagine riding something like this in the desert. What a heavy bike. But anyway, just got the tacho, quite high bars, standard high level pipes. I have seen these where the side panels, which are fiberglass, have blistered behind the pipes. Anyway, let's go from front to back, give you a bit of a view. Can't see the engine number, unfortunately. I'll give a wider shot in a minute. There you go, and then we'll just walk round. And have a look at the front and the other side. Just a single leading shoe-thin front brake, which is early. I remember having that same brake on my 68 Lightning before I then changed it out for a 190mm Spitfire stroke Gold Star brake. And then, just for everybody, as I say, this is National Motorcycle Museum. So they are 66, and at least you've got a clip of that then, so you can read it. Pretty general information about Hornets, really, rather than this one in particular. So let's give you, there we go, a wide angle shot then of this side. Always fancied the bike, but never owned one. And with respect to a bit more on the stand, again quite busy, quite a few club members here. But the way that Phil Bull, who's organised all this, set it up, is with the usual tent in the middle, plenty of space in the middle for people to come in come into the stand and get involved, etc. And then we've got the C and B models, earlier ones down this side, up to the Hornet, the 2 grey frames at the front, and then a bit of a mix on the other side behind the old A70. I think it's a D7 Bantam, but I'm not sure. That sounds a bit late to me. DVD 34 Gold Star, as we said. Mark 1 Rocket 3 behind that with a temporary tank on it because the owner's getting the original tank restored. But he's put that tank on it because I believe he rode it here, so that's good. B25 SS, and a couple of interesting ones at the end here. Another bike loaned by the National Motorcycle Museum, which is allegedly the last BSA Works Scrambler ridden by Frank Melling. I do find these motors attractive in black and with the fins cut away, and that was to prevent them getting clogged up too much with mud. And then we've got a genuine C15T Trials with its original tank, which are as scarce as hell. So that's maybe repeated a little bit of what I've said in an earlier clip, but hopefully that gives you a bit of a more detailed view of what's going on the stand. As you can see, got it quite busy again this afternoon towards the end of the show. The show is closed. Okay, it's just gone 5:05 now on Sunday the 14th, and you see all club members on the stand. I'm beginning to break down. Got my banners down. Fury's on its side stand, beginning to clear up. But there'll be a little while yet before we're able to leave the hall, because apparently we're not allowed to exit vehicles until 5:30, and then it's a right bloody melee. So I'm going to stay back a bit, clear all the good bits and pieces up, get the flag away and stuff like that, and then we'll be out of here, I think. 15 minutes later, breakdown's well on the way, and there's big areas appearing in the hall already. So I think we're going to be out of here earlier than I thought. So it's all good. I just missed filming getting the bloody canopy down on the stand, which was a bit of a laugh. Anyway, where are we now? Not even 6 o'clock yet. Things beginning to empty pretty quickly. And we're just about done. Okay, just gone 7 o'clock, bikes loaded safely up in the back of the van and just about to head for that exit there and prove that they're mine, and we're on our way. So crikey, that's a lot earlier than I thought. Hopefully might be home by about 8 o'clock to unload them. Tally-ho, here we go. Okay, next day, Monday the 15th. Got home safe and sound at about 8 o'clock last night. So 2 hours earlier than I anticipated, really. But the breakdown and an exit all went very, very smoothly. And here they are behind me, the two of them, back home. Anyhow, I really enjoyed the show, and both you know, attending it myself, but also participating with the group on the BSA Owners Club and meeting those that were kind enough to come and visit us, and also anybody that knows me or subscribes to me, etc., through the channel and other sort of motorcycling interest groups around the UK. I met quite a lot of people, and once again, thanks to those of you that came and said hello, and in some cases had a long chat on the stand. It was very interesting and fascinating in all cases. I don't know what you thought about the little YouTube short updates I did. I'm not a particular fan, but seem to get plenty of interest anyway, and little snapshots like that hopefully were of interest to some people. Hopefully as well, with respect to one or two requests, then I managed to cover off some content that was requested. But anyway, if you weren't able to attend, I hope it gave you a bit of a snippet of what was going on there, and also enough information about what we were doing on the stands and the bikes and the bikes that were represented there. And yeah, thanks to the National Motorcycle Museum for loaning the Hornet and the B50 Works Scrambler. Right, that's it for me then. What we'll be doing next? We'll probably back on to the Fury SS over there, as we've got the gearbox indexing to do again, and also one or two oil leaks to attend to, and we've got another engine test run up to full heat that we want to do on the Lightning, and then we'll probably be on to the Rocket 3, as I think that could do with the top end rebuild. At speeds and higher revs, it's really smoking quite badly out of the right hand pot, what looks like to be, so it's either rings or guides. Anyway, that's all from me. Again, thanks to everyone for watching, for those that attended the show and came up and said hello, and for all the positive feedback, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers everybody, take care, bye bye.